Hey, what's going on, guys? April 20th, 2023. Real Talk About Trading, episode number 11, I think. And not so long ago, we were talking about how solid stocks were a pile of shit. And literally, if you were part of the alert group, you would have heard the message loud and clear. If for some reason you missed it on some of the YouTube videos we've been putting together about solid stocks in the last couple of months, specifically tickers ENPH, SEDG, FSLR. Multiple questions and no's I have been receiving in the last couple of weeks. Specifically, people saying like, hey, Leo, how can you be certain? I mean, on these charts, they look on FSLR, it looks like it's ready to go to the moon. And look, my only response to this, look, you're not seeing divergences on the chart. You're purely looking at the chart from a standpoint of how a regular trader would be looking at a fucking chart. Is you're just seeing whether overall something is moving higher or lower, but you're not paying key attention to divergences. So as a result, you would have missed a $78 drop on ENPH. Damn it. That was initially a 9x trade that we turned into a 21x trade the following day. Guys, what a beauty. I dare you to pause if you're listening. Go to your computer. Check out ENPH, damn it. From 228 all the way down to 150. Are you fucking kidding me? No, that's how we do it here at 13 Market Moves. And don't be like listening to this. Well, Leo, yeah, I remember you've posted some videos about ENPH possibly dropping. Damn it, why weren't you in the trade? I'm telling you right now why you weren't in the trade, because you listened to the video, you saw ENPH initially going higher, and you said, well, fuck it, Leo is wrong, and all this bullshit. But guys, the way you would have nailed this is you could have simply called 13 Market Moves, signed up for the alerts program, taken a couple of charts courses. You would actually get a clear picture of what the fuck is going on before a major move like that happens. Now, we've pointed out that multiple analysts will be downgrading the solid stocks. And so if you're looking at the chart of ENPH, move on to the next one. Check FSLR, guys. FSLR puts didn't do as much as ENPH, but nonetheless, a drop from 220 all the way down to 170s. Not bad. 13 Market Moves does it again on another solid stock. And guys, SEDG it's a correlation trade. And don't be surprised if SEDG drops like a rock when it reports earnings. Now, the shocker to you is going to be this, that the most of money this week was not made on puts. As a matter of fact, the biggest trades, guys, 100 fucking X trade was made on the call side. Damn right, it was made on the call side. And guys, I'm telling you, in this reality check right here, we're going to talk about a few things, and they're not so pretty, even though you can land 100X trade. Okay. You could be nailing your moves perfectly. It doesn't guarantee that by the end of the day that you will beat the market. The market's done some crazy fucking shit, and in the last 2 days, guys, we have been buying calls the fuck out of S&P 500 futures calls, SPY calls. We've been buying some stupid stuff that normally has a high probability of going higher after earnings reports, such as ticker NOW, that unfortunately didn't move as much as we anticipated based off the probability standpoint. This damn NOW ticker had a probability of going to the fucking moon, okay? And it's just markets, at times, you could be overall right, but if you get your strike wrong, if you are off on your entry by simply a couple of hours, when we're talking about trading weekly options, guys, every moment matters. Every decision fucking matters, okay? There is a guy that started this week with 2K, and he went, 298,000. There's a guy that started this week with 2K, went to 6, and ended up with blowing his account. What is the difference between the two guys? Well, one guy decides to take a fucking shower on a Friday morning. Another guy decides to take his girlfriend out for lunch. I mean, these stories, they don't stop. Another guy fucking wakes up 3 hours too late because he's on California time instead of Eastern time. The guy goes out on the Thursday night, decides to get a couple of extra beers, can't fucking wake up for trading on time. What can you do with these situations? But I deal with these fucking situations every day. We have coaches here at 13 Market Moves that deal with pure stupidity bullshit like this every day. So please make sure you wake the fuck up on time. As a matter of fact, how can you even go to sleep when the fucking market is moving? If you are serious about the fucking markets, when the move expansion happens, and I've talked about the move expansion multiple times in some prior videos, when move contracts, options become insanely underpriced because no one is expecting a big move. So like yesterday on Thursday, April 27th, when the market opened, way under 4,100, right? Midnight action, you have to watch it. I mean, it was dropping under 4,100 just the day before. We were buying puts, and then we switch into calls, and it starts moving above 4,100, and then it pulls back. It doesn't break the 4,100. We keep buying calls, guys. I mean, sure, anyone could have expected a 10-point move higher, but a goddamn 57-point move higher? Who saw it? Damn right, we saw it here at 13 Market Moves. For a fucking reason, okay? The market didn't move. We keep track of the fucking moves every day, guys, okay? And if you would have been doing the same shit, you would have seen it. It was right fucking there, black and white, okay? Red and green fucking move expansion was written all over the fucking charts. And the most amazing thing is, so we hit this level of 41.57 yesterday on the 27th, and we're cashing out. I mean, guys are fucking, listen, the 41.35 calls earlier in the day, they were going for 20 cents. And we were cashing out of them for $7, $9. Okay, we're cashing out of some of them on the final sale at $20. You guys do the fucking math. Okay, this is how a guy can start with 2K and go to 100K. Okay, depending on the position size, depending on the strikes, depending on some of these. When move expansion happens, fucking miracles happen. Miracles happen when move expansion happens. So if you want to try to nail some of these market moves, okay, look for a move expansion. Look when something's just been going sideways for a little while, and the longer something goes sideways, the point when move expansion begins, options are still severely underpriced. Okay, and you get some of these out of the money strikes. That's where the magic happens. That is how most of the people will never, ever, 99% of the goddamn trade, will never catch a fucking move like that if they don't have what we're looking at here at 13 Market Moves, guys. And I'm not here to brag about how fucking good we are, which you already know we fucking are. We're the fucking best here at 13 Market Moves. But no matter how good you are, you're going to get some shit wrong. Okay, so we went with this NOW calls, expecting to blast higher. The stock after earnings report beats on earnings, beats on everything, right? So it does. I mean, NOW. I mean, it's a mix of AI, it's a mix of, Microsoft, cloud, all that stuff, all this technology stuff that's been rocketing higher. And typically, NOW has always been in the lead. And if you study the history of reports of NOW, well, damn it. The second day of the earnings report, after the earnings report, this thing shoots to the moon. And this time around, okay, so fuck it. Microsoft moves higher. Crazy percentage move for Microsoft this week. NOW, okay, which grows at 13 times the speed of Microsoft. Yeah, clearly it's not as big of a company, but the growth rate, it hits 2 billion in on numbers. Finally, so milestones for NOW, and this thing just don't move. It just don't fucking move. So you can look at the probabilities, you can study the fuck out of the charts, you can do so many things, and sometimes there is a probability that no matter like all the things that you're looking at, shit will go wrong. Okay, so depending on your entry at NOW, we're buying it ahead of earnings. Okay, we're buying it after earnings, and we're doubling down on the day after the earnings. And so the last ad is always your best one. And so those calls made some money. But, you know, I mean, when the thing was dropping to 427, look at the chart at NOW. When the thing was dropping to 427, guys, who was buying the fucking calls? We were here at 13 Market Moves. We're buying the fucking calls. You've gotten the alerts, okay? And, you know, the thing ended up fucking $30 high since that level. But, I mean, 459, 458. At one point, it was above 460 today. But the point is, normally that thing would have shot it up to fucking 480, 490, 500. Was in the making, in the process, and, you know, everything had pointed to 99% probability this thing moving higher. It's just the move expansion didn't happen for this particular stock. The move expansion happened on the indexes. So that was your best trade. Your best trade was S&P 500 futures calls, SPY calls. Those are the things you could have bought for pennies and sold them for more than $10, guys, on some of these strikes and so on. So if you miss those, right, you look, call us, guys. Like, if you've never taken your account from a few $1,000s to fucking 100,000, okay, we can help you do it. Yeah, you'll probably blow a few fucking accounts in the process. Sure, because we are going to go after very timely entries and trades. And yeah, there are chances you will fucking blow up. And there's chances you will fucking blow up multiple times, guys. But some of the guys that have traded with us in the past, okay, that stay true to the process, that stay true to the system, that stay true to 13 market moves. Those are the fucking guys that go to the moon. Those are the guys that, you know, after blowing a couple of accounts of, you know, 30, 50K, those are the guys that end up at 800, a million. Those are the guys that end up at, you know, 7, 8, 13 million. Those are the fucking guys. Okay, so you just got to understand that this is a very dangerous fucking game. And this is not even a game. I mean, I'm just wording it like this, but it's not even a fucking game, guys. If you take this shit seriously, it's not a game. Chess is a game. So that's probably the closest, you know, comparison you could, you know, bring it to. And, you know, when there's a championship for world domination in chess, I mean, they don't compete for the title for one game. There is a reason for it. Okay, you can win one game, okay, but goddamn, you know, some of you may not know much about chess, but the longest chess championship for the world title, it's been like days where people were fucking passing out and fainting, and it lasted for like, I can't remember exactly, guys, but it was like 17 or 18 fucking days. And so they play so many games within a certain amount of time, within a certain amount of minutes, within a certain amount. So the stock market is like that when you're trading weekly options. It's a fucking chess game. Just because you're going to lose one chess game, okay, doesn't mean you're not going to win the world championship. So with 13 market moves, you have absolutely insane opportunity to beat the fucking market. What I can tell you with 100% certainty is you're not going to beat a fucking market if you're going to change your strategy every time you know, the market opens. Oh, well, today I'm going to trade calls, tomorrow I'm going to trade puts, to, you know, just like you're going to change your stuff. Well, today I'm going to stay in the trade for 10 minutes, tomorrow I'm going to stay in the trade for 2 hours. Like, you look, some very, very important stuff that you've got to make a decision as a trader. And some of the greatest moves in the markets, they happen opposite to the popular belief. It's not when the fucking market opens. Some of the greatest moves in the market happen way before market opens, after hours, and they happen within the last hour of trading. So if you understand that, and you utilize it with the 13 market moves, understanding potentially what move is actually going to produce on the charts. What exactly are you dealing with within the last hour? Sometimes it could give you that 10, 20, 30x type opportunity. When we're talking about a move expansion, you can possibly nail 100x. But it has to be the right instrument, right? It has to be the right instrument because if you're not able to trade futures, options on futures, then you cannot participate in some of these biggest moves in the market. And so, we have people calling us trying to sign up, and like one of the first questions we'll ask you is like, do you have a futures account set up? And when somebody says no, that tells me, look, you haven't been paying close attention to the fucking videos. Or when somebody tells me, well, look, Leo, when I hit like 30, 40K, then I'll set up a futures account. You're missing the whole fucking point. The point is, market is a fucking challenge every day, okay? That's why I do trading, because I love a fucking challenge, okay? I want something to challenge me. I want something to challenge my fucking brain every morning, okay, when I wake up. I want a challenge. I want a fight. I want to figure out the puzzle. I want to beat that next chess game, okay? And when somebody can't even wake up on time for a chess game, it's a fucking problem. So, wake up. Wake the fuck up, okay? Make sure you got a good read on the moves. I'm the one that created the fucking moves, and there are days where I'm getting my moves wrong because the market will send you so many mixed signals, guys, so many mixed signals, and you got to be making these decisions on the fly. And when you're trading weekly options, my God, I mean, you're talking about swings in your account that a normal person wouldn't be able to handle. You would end up in a fucking either a psychiatric clinic if you saw your account swinging, a few $1 million, within a few hours, or you would go to, you'd probably have a heart attack. So when someone signs up with 13 market moves, you see you got a few $1,000 account and you see it down $1,000, guys. You can't be having a fucking heart attack with that. Imagine, now your account is at $1 million and you're plus minus a couple 100,000, winning, every 10, 20 points of the market moving up or down in your favor or not. Look, you got to have some fucking tough skin to be doing this. And if you can't handle it, you should find something else to do in life. Do not be wasting your fucking time trading. So, show up, be on fucking time, set up your account the right way, and even after you do everything and you study everything that we teach you here at 13 Market Moves, there's still a chance, okay, no matter how great we are, no matter how great you are, there's still going to be days like today where we're going to go with a move of the higher probability, which basically in the last 2 days, guys, look at the fucking charts of S&P 500, we go 120 points higher, and yet the market cannot pull back for 20 points. So yesterday, I described the trade to you. We're staying with those calls, 41.10, 41.20, 41.35, 41.40 calls. The market finally shoots up to 41.57. So those calls, all of them are deep in the money. And at 41.57, we basically say, well, hey, look, that's the fucking level the market has struggled with. Let's go ahead and switch from calls to puts. And yeah, the market drops a few points, but guess what? It never drops. Like, we have 41.50 strike puts at that point, and the market never drops below 41.50. Yesterday, April 27th, never drops. Pull up the chart. Pull up your 2-day, 2-minute chart, 3-day, 3-minute chart. Look at it. Look at it at your brokerage. Look at it right now. Okay, do you see how, okay, this S&P 500, it won't drop yesterday during the regular trading hours. It won't fucking drop below 41.50. And so we had a lot of 41.50. Made a ton of money on the calls. So we cashed out, and then we used some of the profits to buy the puts. But the market was just so fucking strong. I just remember it going to 41.52, 41.52, 41.52. It just won't break the fucking 41.52 during the regular trading session, right? And then what happens after hours? Oh, shit. Oh boy, first we blow for the roof to 41.64, and then we drop. 30-point drop after hours, guys. The big fucking moves happen after hours. And what happens today? Today, early morning at 5 a.m., I'm sending messages when the market is like at 41.38. I'm like, buy calls, fucking buy the shit out of these calls. And we're getting in pennies on the fucking dollar. Like, listen, this is how stupid it was, right? So the 4,200 strike on S&P 500, they were going for 20 cents at like 5, 6 a.m. And at one point when we started bouncing like crazy after the market opens. Okay, they go to like 2.7. Now, they actually went slightly higher, but we were selling the shit for 2.7, guys. That is a 23.5x trade. You're just getting in at 5 a.m., but again, the conditions have to be met. What did you need to be able to even get into this fucking trade at 5, 6 a.m.? You would need to have your account properly set up. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be able to take the trade. So we get in at 41.36, 41.38, 41.41. All of these are in the alerts, guys. If you would have signed up, you would have fucking had it. And then the 4,200 strike goes from 20 cents all the way to almost like $3. We sell it at 2.7. 2.7, guys. Okay, this is real. You can go look the shit up. I mean, today is April 28th. This is it right here. And honestly, guys, like I'm traveling right now. I don't have time to, put all the charts and show you how this, like, you do the fucking homework. You want to get better as a trader, you pull up all the fucking charts. Go look at the 1 day, 1 minute chart right now, /ES. Okay, look at the fucking levels. Look at exactly what I'm trying to describe to you right now if you want to get better so you can understand. And so what happens is basically we have a huge move by lunchtime to the upside with a huge dip, which we buy the fucking dip. And at some point, the market finally gets to this level of 41.80. Actually, the level wasn't even 41.80. It was 41, like 77, 41.78. And at that point, we're looking at these calls, and we're making good fucking money on calls. And we're saying, like, look, chances are in the last, 18 times, the market could not break above that level, with the exception of one time when it went to 41.98. And chances are it's not going to break above 41.81. Okay, so at that moment, when the market hits 41.77, 41.79, we start buying puts, and we make one fucking mistake. This one mistake, guys. The mistake is we're looking at all the data. We're looking at all the behavioral patterns, and there has not been a day in the market. Okay, now bear with me because this explanation has a meaningful substance as far as to what could be happening next week. So we're looking at the market. Yesterday, I made a point about how the market just it would drop ultimately 5 points at the end of the day before Amazon shoots up with the earnings report and pulls the indexes back to 41.64. But the point is, the market would just not drop another 3 fucking points yesterday for us to make a killing on puts. And we're looking at all the data, and this normally doesn't happen, that the market would do it 2 days in a fucking row. 2 days in a row. You have a move expansion. The more the move expands, the higher the probability of a bigger size pullback. So, okay, let's call yesterday a very abnormal situation where the market, it continuously moves higher, wouldn't make a pullback beyond 5 points. That is not fucking normal. As a matter of fact, based on the market structure, you want a bigger size pullback so the market could advance even higher, right? So overall, it's bullish, fucking highly bullish the last couple of days, but you want to see a decent size pullback. The market is up 120 points in 2 days. I mean, it is not unreasonable to see a 20-point pullback, especially when everyone has been buying the hell out of stocks in the last couple of days, and now they're at these elevated levels. It would make sense that we would see a little bit of a sell-off at the very end of the day, but we don't fucking get it. The biggest sell-off we get is 13 points. Okay, we shoot to like 41.84, then we drop to 41.71, 41.72 area. So nothing is fucking happening, right? Nothing. So a perfect pattern on the move 11 gets broken. The market doesn't sell off at the very end of the day. The picture here is this. Why is the market so fucking bullish ahead of a Federal Reserve meeting next week? This is not normal. These are not normal market conditions. And to top it off, check out the ticker TOP, damn it. If it had options, yeah, we would have had some guys retire today. TOP, it's like a fucking penny stock, damn it. Low float, shoots to the moon, okay? So to top it off, you have some bullshit in the market where little float plays are starting to work again. I mean, normally that happens during only, very, very highly bullish sort of market conditions. And yesterday, basically, the story is the market can pull back more than 5 points when we're up 70 for the day. Today, the market is up 50 points, cannot pull back more than 13. After overall, it's up 120. It's fucking bullish as fuck. What else can you say? So I have traders asking me, well, Leo, can the market reach 4,200? Based on the fact the market can't even make a pullback, a decent pullback. Guys, they're buying every dip. They're not even letting the market fucking drop 13 points. That's the max. They're fucking buying it. It's bullish as fuck. And, one of these things is someone has asked me, okay, so we reached 4,200. And my response was like, sure, based off the behavioral patterns and the moves and the way they killed the move 11 today is, sure, we're going to hit 4,200. But the question is, okay, what is going to happen after that? Okay, because normally the behavior ahead of the Federal Reserve is, the market is stagnant. The market is not doing anything. I mean, look, we have not had VIX and a 15 handle in a few years. I mean, we're talking about highly complacent market when it's definitely not time to be highly complacent. And at this point, the market has dodged off every bullet. And the question to be asking right now, my response to this trader asking me, oh, Leo, okay, can we hit 4,200? The answer is yes. But more importantly is to not just understand whether we're going to hit the 4,200. The question is to understand what's going to happen next. And what is going to happen next is trying to figure out when is this grand reversal opportunity is going to take place. Could we go higher? Sure. Based on the way they're buying every goddamn deep, sure, we're going to go higher. But considering we got a Federal Reserve meeting and this bullish behavior, like anything can change lightning fast. Anything can change lightning fast here. So, and the question is the Federal Reserve announcement going to make any difference next week? It could be somewhat of a catalyst, but I think the way the market has gone up in the last 2 days, it's already telling us the picture. The market has already made up its mind about the fact that no matter what the Federal Reserve decision is going to be, they're going to fucking buy it. So if during the Federal Reserve decision, the market is dropping, okay, you want to buy this fucking dip because all these goddamn dip buyers in the last 2 days that have helped our traders make a ton of money, okay, but taken away on this last fucking position when we basically bet on the high probability of the market not going above that 41.81 level because it has failed there so many times. Well, the one fucking time the low probability event actually takes place. So it's a lengthy explanation, but can things get even more bullish here? Okay. And what could be the very fact that brings the market back down, I think, is the only answer to that at this point, because the Federal Reserve decision is so fucking close. the only thing that we believe can bring the market lower at this point is the market initially moves exponentially higher, like stupidly higher. Okay, the market could, the market probably needs at this point to do something really fucking stupid, go to 4250, 4300, 4350, 4400 in a very in a very crazy way, meaning it's not a move that we're calculating to take place in the next 5 months. I mean, this could be a move that could be taking place in a matter of days. And that is the kind of move that could actually create the market structure for the market to drop, because the market does not give a shit. Right now, the market does not give a damn. Okay? They're buying every dip, every tiny dip they're buying. So money is coming from somewhere. Of course, a lot of things have stabilized. You got oil prices, which we were highly bearish on when OPEC cut the oil production. And we said, look, this is not a reason to be bullish on oil. And so since then, oil has we shorted at 81. It temporarily goes to 83. Now oil was just now at like 74. And today oil sort of stabilized like 75, 76. So, overall, things are stabilizing. Dollar, USD, okay, despite of how bearish we are, like it's finding equilibrium right above 100. So, it's stable. Stable conditions are overall bullish for the market. So, oil price is stabilizing, finding an equilibrium. You got dollar stabilizing, finding an equilibrium. And that is why VIX is in a 15 handle. Okay, because nothing is moving in any crazy way. So the market is balanced out right now. And by definition, we almost have to see a move higher before the market could fucking drop. Now, we think the market can actually gap down Monday, but a small gap down, like a 10, 20 point gap down Monday, would actually be a bullish sign for them to come in and buy. Right, so during the market hours, the market can't. They're not dropping. They're not fucking dropping. After hours, the market drops. So we think, Monday morning the market could probably gap down a bit, and they're gonna buy the fuck out of that dip. And I don't think there's anything that can stop this thing until, of course, we're gonna see the reaction of the Federal Reserve decision on Wednesday. So. Killer opportunities, guys, in this market. I mean, some stuff, they're like gold, guys. Gold, dollar has moved a whole lot, which you should know the correlation between the dollar and gold if you've been watching the channel for some time. So, dollar moves lower, basically gold moves higher. And throughout the last 10 days, we had situations where, dollar ain't moving much. Dollar is actually moving slightly higher. And, and there were instances where gold was moving higher with the dollar. I mean, historically, yeah, there's some situations like that, like back in the 80s when U.S. dollar and gold were moving higher, for a good bit of time. But those are not normal situations. And for gold to move like 20, 30 points, normally, I mean, you'd need a dollar to make like a decent sized move, like a 0.6, 0.7, 1 point move. But recently, the dollar's been basically stalling out between 101 and 102, and gold has been continuously making these 20, 30 point moves. And so gold, it's been very volatile. Huge opportunities, huge trades on gold, guys. And I think on Wednesday, we're going to see even a bigger move on gold. So I invite you to trade it with us. Guys, just understand, no matter how fucking great you are, okay, there's going to be days like today where you have an overwhelming probability of at least a 20-point sell-off into the close. And you get a little bit of a sell-off, but nothing really is overall, it's still a bullish move. So despite of the overwhelming probabilities, which basically, as a trader, you want to study, okay, what are your fucking probabilities, okay? And probabilities don't necessarily depend on what your options are priced. So I'm not looking, I'm never using the probabilities on the option chain, because like they'll tell you like, well, the probability of you going in the money on this or like this much or this much. Fuck, if that shit worked, okay, everybody would be a millionaire. So that shit don't work. So don't be using that information. But you have to have a system in place. If you don't have a system in place, get one. 30 Market Moves is designed for active traders. It's designed for guys that are interested in making a breakthrough in their trading. It is highly risky. Okay, chances are you will puke 5 times before you will make a couple of $1 million. But if that's if you're the kind of guy that likes a challenge, accepts a challenge, wants a challenge, let's see what the fuck you're made out of. Give us a call. Guys, next week is huge. Don't miss the next 100x trade with 30 Market Moves.